This situation on Twitter is absolutely insane. There is all sorts of weird, crazy family drama happening. The very popular artist by the name of FallenChungus on Twitter has just been the core of this entire situation. You probably have seen his art and memes. He's made the bro visited his friend meme, this one, along with the this sucks actually guy pointing to the literal coolest thing ever. These are two of probably his most famous drawings he's made. People like to layer like whatever they want over it, very popular on the internet. But regardless, he's now getting in a feud with his family publicly on Twitter. It's on a public forum. So I'm not even doing any kind of weird deep dive or showing private Discord messages. This is all happening publicly on twitter.com with his 70,000 follower Twitter account, while he's also having to ask for money on the same account because of this whole situation and his now apparent homelessness. This situation is crazy. So I'm going to just start from the top. I don't even know how to start this thing off, but we're just going to start from him tweeting out that he is homeless, where he says, "I am now officially homeless. Things are bleak, but I'm getting set up with a shelter, and I'm going to go job searching with my case manager on Monday. I'm also going to be setting up payment methods for both donos and artcoms. DM me on Discord if you have any questions." Then this piece of art with a quote saying, "Have fun being homeless, dickhead. Fuck you." Actual quote from my stepfather. And someone obviously immediately replies, "I'm so sorry to hear that. If you don't mind me asking how." And FallenChungus says, "I argued with my mom for the umpteenth time, and she dropped me off an hour away from the house. When I got there, they left a bag with my shit at the front door. At least now I know they don't give a fuck." And so that tweet went super viral. So I did a little bit of digging to see what led up to this. And he tweets out, "For anyone wondering, my mom has essentially been controlling my entire life since I got home. Even now, making this tweet is a gamble on whether I get kicked out of the house or not. I don't care. I just want her to realize going cold turkey on the internet won't help me. I'm not making some grand return, but if my plans work, I'll have somewhat of a presence again and I'll be able to answer DMs on my Discord alt. Otherwise, I'm just waiting to move the fuck out so I can hop back on game dev and do shit that makes me happy. I've been incredibly stressed and my mom and stepdad simply do not give a fuck and continue to rule with an iron fist over my life. I get internet access as a blessing and a curse, but making this a productive thing isn't hard. And they don't realize that. Regardless, DMs are open. I won't be answering Twitter DMs or whatever. I'm focusing on getting a job and shit and fixing my life, but I can't just fuck off from the internet forever. Platform management literally plays into my career path and stuff, so yeah. Thanks for reading. If you don't hear from me again for like 2 weeks, just assume I'm homeless. I'm willing to take the risk at this point though." Then a couple of days later, they tweeted last update for a while, but things still look kind of bleak regarding the time frame that I can return. But I do want to make things clear. When I'm back, I'll have a social media manager who posts my art for me, and the time I spend online will be 100% Discord/game dev related. Stay tuned. By the way, the guy who will be managing my account is the same guy who sung the incredible Gassy song. We are close friends. And so with that context, back to the original tweet, this person replies to them saying, "Your resident being evicted. If you don't care about burning bridges, you're entitled to a notice period before being kicked out. Anywhere in the US, you'll get at least a week. California and similar states, 2 months." And they reply, "I'm not interested in filing a claim or lawsuit. I don't have the time, money, or even the drive to do so. Besides, despite how assholish my parents are, they have another kid to take care of who's nonverbal, so I don't want to put any more stress on them. Things just are how they are." Which, I mean, if he's being completely honest, that's, I guess, a fair response. It seems like he's in a situation where the parents are just pushing him out because they don't understand the internet. That's at least the way that he's portraying it. They might see him spending time online and think that he's a loser, or think that he's going nowhere, which for a lot of people that can be true, but for some people, they can make it on the internet making money. I mean, look at every YouTuber you watch. There's also tons of artists who can make money on the internet. It's not impossible, but we're going to get into the whole story, so let's just continue. He's obviously in desperation because he starts asking if any of his followers live in Delaware where he's at. Half joking, but it'd be insanely nice to crash until at least Monday. Then he's just joking about the situation, me reading the 53rd Bros Homeless tweet in my mentions, and someone joking to put the homeless Twitter artist in a 1v1 duel, showing the other homeless Twitter artist who's been going viral for getting kicked out of their house for supporting Palestine. Yeah, that's amazing. Says this is a really good tweet actually. But then things get bleak really quickly because he writes this tweet saying, "I know I was hooting and hollering yesterday, but I genuinely think I'm in the worst spot I've ever been in and it's freaking me the fuck out. I will most likely be going back to Wilmington after spending my day with my case manager. I have a tablet now, but that can be stolen in a snap. So I'm ridiculously scared for both my belongings and even my own life. Wilmington and other cities in general in my area are very, very unsafe. I don't even have a handful of options to pick from. To close things off, I'm not half joking anymore. If given the opportunity to sleep in a garage or on the floor or whatever under a roof by one of my followers, I would take it in a heartbeat. I'm ridiculously low on options and would do anything for some help." Then he talks about doing more stuff with his case manager, getting an ID, a library card, PayPal business account, and also setting up a donation link. And then continuing to say that his case manager has encouraged him to post less, which I respect, so my posting will probably be limited to random finger doodles I do, which probably is for the best in his situation, but unfortunately today it got astronomically worse. where now his family is replying to the situation and he's also interacting with them publicly, openly on his Twitter. It's just a total mess. So this account, which is allegedly his aunt, replies to the "I'm officially homeless" tweet, saying, "You did this to yourself. It's all on you. Leave your parents out of it or we're going to have a problem. Maybe look into anger management classes and a group setting where you can talk about your internet addiction." Someone replies, "There's no way you're commenting on every post of his, bruh, or we're going to have a problem. He's homeless. What problem does he have to worry about with you that's bigger than what he's dealing with right now? Didn't realize people could be this clueless and blatantly vindictive." And then the person replies, "This child has been causing nothing but tension, heartbreak, and doing whatever he wants to get his way. His home life has been torn apart by his antics. My sister is on the verge of a nervous breakdown and the violent part of his personality has become more prevalent," which is crazy because they just completely ignored the "we're going to have a problem" part. I don't understand. This is just nuts. And then the dude uses this time to quote tweet his aunt now with a 70,000 follower Twitter account saying, "For anyone wondering, this is my actual aunt and they are very blatantly picking and choosing shit from the truth. At no point did I claim I didn't fuck up, but nothing I've done to my mom, stepdad, or anyone else in this family warranted me being left destitute. Piss off. Like, yeah, I've admitted I've been terminally online, but instead of handling it with care, they took away everything, including shit I bought, and threatened me being kicked out if I went online. Not to mention my stepdad constantly doing the most and making my life miserable." And this person also just continues to make weird tweets, like FallenChungus said that they're making a Discord server, and they replied, "Why don't you post why you're really homeless instead of blaming it on my sister?" So there's more family drama that's absolutely crazy. And leaving another reply to his original homeless post saying, "Maybe you should be honest here and stop spreading lies about your parents. You made this happen because you couldn't control your temper over a stupid computer. Get it right, bro." And going back to that other post we read where he said he argued with his mom for the umpteenth time, the aunt replied, "Maybe if you followed the rules that were set forth when you got out of the hospital, this all would not be happening. Maybe you should be honest with your followers and tell them that your parents did everything they could possibly do to help you and you took it to the extreme." So again, just being incredibly vague, not really directly saying what happened, just saying you took it to the extreme, you're in the wrong. No one's really saying what happened. It just sounds like an argument stemmed from FallenChungus saying they're terminally online and then them trying to take away their belongings. By the way, this person is an adult. They're 18 years old. They just turned 18, I think, a few months ago. But obviously this has caused a ton of tension, and he keeps tweeting. It just keeps going, where he says, "I don't know why my own blood is now setting out to paint me as a villain, but I will make myself very clear before any other claims are made. This situation isn't black and white. I've messed up on almost all fronts, but my family has arguably handled shit worse. Whether I fucked up or not, it was their choice to leave me stranded and destitute in a dangerous city over arguments that resulted from their actions and behaviors. I hope my mom and her sister know I want nothing to do with them, and if I want to complain about being abandoned at 18 post-psych ward visits, I will fucking do so." And someone replies, "It's difficult to take your words at face value from how previous incidents pertaining to your fabrications and overreactions," which I can show you guys later in the video. On top of this, it just appears that right now you're trying to shift/deflect blame with how you're basically saying that they have done worse without context. And so FallenChungus then quote tweets this saying, "My stepdad me sometime around 2019 to 2020 and left a scar on my shoulder. He has since then threatened me with physical violence. I want to say every 3 months since then on average. He has my mom wrapped around his finger. Are y'all happy? Please stop asking for the specifics." So now having physical allegations against his stepdad that he was living with. And then an account posts this tweet, which I'm going to just censor all of it because in the replies, they just straight up dox the phone number of this guy's aunt. The situation is just getting absolutely nuts. This person says, "FallenChungus is now actually encouraging his fan base to call and harass his own aunt," and shows the @ "And yeah, bro, nice save for when they inevitably dox her so you can say, I said not to dox her. Sure, bro, you definitely don't want her to be doxxed, right?" And then the replies, he just straight up posts the phone number of the aunt, which I've already reported the tweet because that's fucking insane. But then they show a DM from FallenChungus that says, "I don't care if you call my auntie and say dumb shit, just don't push a dox, it'll complicate things." He sent this to his Discord server, which I don't know why he would even say anything about this. This whole situation is nuts, and I don't know, maybe I can't speak from being in his shoes. Like, I don't know, I've never been in this position, but just you're opening yourself up to just have so much shit happen. Like, this is way too much. Then he interacts with this for some reason, quote tweeting it saying, "I want you to enlighten me on how I could possibly prevent over 1,000 people from saying what they want to a woman who is wearing her credentials on her sleeve. Truth is, I don't care what happens, but I also don't condone it. Why should I care? She inserted herself into this mess. Which is true. I mean, the aunt is openly just replying, and this is all public. It's happening on a public forum. That's why I also feel fine covering it, because it's all public. I'm not revealing some weird secrets about anyone. They're all publicly posting this on twitter.com. But holy shit, this is crazy. He continues tweeting, with how things have transpired today, I'm honestly heartbroken, but I'm not losing sleep over it. As pessimistic as I've been, I really just gotta find a job and grind. My shelter is a great resource as well. Don't worry about me. I've only engaged with shit today to clear the air. And so, yeah, reading this shit just stresses me out. There was a whole thing that happened with this guy, like, I don't know, a month ago or so. He got in a whole beef with randoms on Twitter, accusing him of all sorts of crazy shit. Unfortunately, a lot of the tweets are deleted now, but he got in this whole Twitter beef with random people threatening him, trying to say that he sent them to the ER. I don't know. It was complicated. I didn't follow all of it. I heard they sent him threats and shit, like saying that they wish he would die, all sorts of crazy stuff like that. And he just got down and dirty, engaged with them, replied to them, fed them a bunch of attention. And then it got to him too much, and he ended up posting a ending himself note on Twitter. He made a tweet and a video saying that he was going to unalive himself. He got a whole bunch of interaction on it, and he basically went to the mental hospital, apparently, deleted all the tweets, came back, making this tweet now, which is about a month ago, saying he got doxxed when he was in the hospital. I just got home. For what it's worth, I'm not coming back, period. I want my story to serve as an example of both what not to do and what to dreadfully expect when you find fame. It's about time I start my own life. So he says he's not coming back, period, and then he did return. Then further clarifying, I was going to write a longer thread, but I just want to put it out there. Me returning isn't a 0% chance, although it'll be way, way later when I feel like I've matured enough to withstand the toxicity that comes with platform management. Despite it all, I love y'all. And so bro's obviously still completely struggling with platform management. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm being too harsh and he's handling everything perfectly exactly how he should, but I feel like there's just more to this story, and he's obviously openly admitted himself he's not a perfect person. So I'm not even saying that, like, you know, I'm not even alone saying that. He says it himself. But I don't know, this story is absolutely nuts. The more I read it, the more stressed I get. I can't imagine just being anywhere in this situation at all. So yeah, I don't know. My advice is, I don't even know what I would do in this shoes. I don't think I even have advice for this guy. He's obviously terminally online. He's admitted that himself. He definitely needs something to manage his social media, because that has been the core root of basically all his problems for the last month and a half. I don't know if the way that his family has handled it is appropriate. I have no idea. I wasn't there. We can speculate on that all we want. We're all our own individual people, and this is all now being posted publicly on a public forum, twitter.com. So hopefully this can all be resolved, I guess. That's pretty much the only thing I can think reading this story. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But that's all I really got to say about this. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.